Welcome to the Excel tutorial videos that will pair with the data analytics cases that you will be completing. Before we jump into the data analytics cases, I wanted to provide an overview of Microsoft Excel. Microsoft has made a number of improvements to Excel over the last few years, so even if you are familiar with Excel, these videos and the data analytics cases can help ensure that you are aware of the multitude of tasks that can be accomplished with Excel. Of course, like many data analytics tools, Excel is ideal for some applications, but not others. In these videos, I will attempt to focus on the best use cases for Excel, but I will point out areas where other data analytics programs may be more effective and or efficient. If you haven't done so already, open up the DA Project Template 1 Excel file. Here we can see the 2022 tax brackets and tax rate schedule that you will be using throughout the course. We will talk more specifically about the rate schedule in the next video. For now, let's just focus on the basic features of Excel. One of the first things to understand about Excel is that Excel traditionally does not save your work. To avoid learning a painful lesson, save early and save often, you can save using the Quick button at the top of the spreadsheet. Alternatively, you can save using the File, Save menu. If you want to create multiple versions of a document, you can save a second copy using the File, Save As option. Finally, you can use keyboard shortcuts to save the file, Control S or Command S if you are a Mac user. I've provided you with a photocopy of common Excel shortcuts that you can use. These shortcuts are provided for both PC and Mac users. A nice feature of Microsoft's online product is that you can enable auto-saving. You have to have OneDrive and be connected to the internet for this option to work. Either remaining at the top or on the home menu, you can see that you can undo and redo actions using the backward or forward arrows. Keyboard shortcuts can again be used here. Control Z undoes actions, while Control Y allows you to redo actions. If you see these undo and redo arrow buttons at the top, you may also find an arrow that allows you the full quick access menu. Here, you could select other quick buttons that you would like to add to the top of your Excel spreadsheet, such as spelling, print preview, sorting, and more. We've already seen one of the familiar menus, the File menu. In the File menu, we can not only save, but we can also manage printing, sharing, exporting, publishing, and we can close the workbook. Navigating down further, we can navigate to Options. The Options menu provides us access to important basic menus where we can customize the way our Excel spreadsheet is shown or the features that it contains, as well as options to customize the ribbon and the quick access toolbar. In the same menu, we can manage our Excel add-ins. Excel add-ins are useful programs that allow you to expand the possible actions you can take in Excel. For now, we're just going to hit Cancel. The Home tab is the most frequently used tab. This tab provides you with numerous useful ribbon menus. You've already seen the Undo menu, but it also has the Clipboard menu, which allows you to copy, paste, and cut cells or formulas onto your clipboard. The Font menu allows you to change your font, change the color of the font, add superscripts and subscripts, make your characters bold, italicized, or underlined, and you can perform basic cell functions such as highlighting a cell or adding borders. As you can see, most of these menus contain additional functions, which you access using the expansion button in the lower right-hand corner of the menu. The Alignment menu allows you to align the text within the cells, wrap text, merge and center cells, and change the angle of the text. The Number menu allows you to format the numbers in cells using quick buttons, using the expanded menu, or the expanded formats available. You can also use this menu to change the precision, how many digits are displayed after a decimal. The Styles menu allows you to add conditional formatting, which can help you quickly highlight data within the cells using color shading. You can also use the option to format the data as a table. I use this option to format the tax brackets and tax rates as a table. The Cells menu allows you to insert, delete, or otherwise format cells. Finally, the Editing menu provides useful options to incorporate an auto sum, sort and filter, and find and select your data. If you have additional add-ins, you may also see those in your home menu. As with most options in Excel, there are keyboard shortcuts which would allow you to achieve many of the same configurations. The Insert tab allows you to insert pivot tables, pictures and shapes, useful add-ins, and charts. You can also add filters to your tables using slicers and/or the timeline. You can insert text boxes, headers, footers, word art, and signature lines, and incorporate equations and symbols. Note, the equations shown in the Insert menu are for visual representation only. You program in an actual equation into the cell either manually or using the Formula tab. You have lots of options to format the look of the Excel spreadsheet on the Page Layout tab. An extremely useful set of formatting options is contained in the Page Setup ribbon menu, where you can set margins, the orientation of the page from portrait to landscape, resize the page, and set the print area. When you're getting ready to share your Excel workbooks, it is always a good idea to prepare the spreadsheets both for viewing electronically as well as in print. A few minutes spent ensuring that the spreadsheet is fully ready for printing will ensure that your work is always polished. I will show you how to do this now. First, go to the View tab and select the Page Break Preview. Once you do, you will see that the 2022 tax brackets and tax rate schedule would print on 4 pages. This current layout is not ideal. Return to the Page Layout tab. Change the orientation from Portrait to Landscape. Expand the Scale to Fit menu and select the option to fit to 1 page wide by 1 page tall. Hit OK. Let's make sure that this didn't make the sheet too small. Go to File, Print Preview, and verify that the page remains legible. Finally, return to the View menu and change it back to normal. Good job. The Formula menu gives you access to many common formulas organized by type. Using the down arrow provides you with the full range of formulas that you have available under each type. You can also access formulas by entering an equal sign into a cell and beginning to type the formula. Select the formula from the menu when it becomes available. I'm going to delete this because we're not entering formulas yet. When you need to troubleshoot formulas, it can be useful to see the formula and the cell references rather than the results. You can see formulas using the Show Formulas option on the Formula Auditing menu, or by using the keyboard shortcut. The Data menu gives you valuable options, from importing data from external sources to transforming data using Power Query to sorting and filtering the data. You can also separate data across columns, flash fill data, and remove duplicates, as well as perform basic data validation. Finally, you can use the Forecast menu to conduct what-if type analyses. If you have additional Excel add-ins, you may also see those here in your Data menu, depending on the add-ins you have selected. Unlike Microsoft Word, Excel does not automatically provide spell check. However, the Review tab allows you to check the spelling, add comments, and protect the sheet or workbooks ahead of sharing them. We've already visited the View tab, so I won't revisit that. Note there's also a Help menu to get access to additional information. Depending on the add-ins, you may actually have more advanced options, such as a Developer tab where you can add in macros, incorporate controls to your spreadsheet, and use XML or Visual Basic. Navigating to the bottom of the workbook gives you a couple more options. First, you can add additional worksheets using the plus sign. You can also change the scale of your spreadsheet to suit your needs. If you have a spreadsheet and you no longer need it, you can right-click on that and select the delete option. With this general introduction, I think we're now ready to jump into Excel. The next video covers how to use Excel to relabel tabs, create new tabs, enter labels into cells, enter formulas, format data, and create meaningful references. If you don't have autosave enabled, make sure that you save your workbook before moving to the next video.